Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-April 2020 readings, and this will be from the time period of middle of April, about the 15th, through the end of the month. I was going to do dailies, but with everything going on, I also realized that I might have had too much esteem as far as how much I could handle. I just don't have the time for dailies. So what I decided to do was mid-month and monthly readings. And then in between, to kind of fill it in, I thought I would start addressing astrological aspects that are currently in play when I do the video, to kind of help people get a bearing or understanding about how that might affect their sign. Or signs, I should say, because everybody's more than one sign depending on where it falls in their birth chart. But anyways, long story short, I've had a lot of struggles this past week, mainly balancing my emotions. I'm an empath, and for me that means that everybody is. I can go from being really nervous and fearful, which I feel is half the people's take on this. The other half of people's take on it is nonchalance. And then I feel like you've got some like me who are like, what comes, comes. There's nothing we can do about it other than just face these trials and tribulations as they come up. But I will say I have been emotional. I'm going to try and get through this reading without it affecting me too much. I spent a lot of time, saging. I love saging. Saging, will clear my energy out faster than anything else. But I spent some time saging and grounding just to kind of disconnect from the collective and what everybody else is feeling. Because at this point, I just want to feel my feelings. Anyways, onward, forward. Libra, what does the universe have in store for you for mid-April to end of April 2020 for Libra? Universe, do you have anything that Libra needs to know? Well, there's going to be an ending that's going to turn the wheel. Your first card was the Death card. Now listen, some people are fearful of the Death card. I am not. I feel like things have to fall in order for you to grow as a person. You have to have trials and tribulations, painful experiences, in order to understand what was so painful about it for you and how to avoid those circumstances in the future. But this death, this ending, is going to turn the wheel onto a new cycle. So you're ending a cycle in the middle of April to the end of April, Libra. And this isn't for everybody. I am reading for the collective. This could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign in Libra. It also could not pertain to you at all. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Four of Swords just came out. I feel like this ending has already happened, and this new cycle is beginning or has already begun. And it's got you very deep in your thoughts. Swords are always thought cards for me. I'm a Gemini. Air signs are definitely cerebral. But for me, so swords are always thought. And let's see how he's sitting in the dark and he has like a space in front of him illuminated, with the three swords behind him. So I feel like you're contemplating over the pain that's been caused and what your next steps are at this point. That's where I feel like you're at today, or when you watch this. What cycle ended, universe, for Libra for mid-April to end of April 2020 reading. What happened? What cycle ended for Libra, please? There's somebody in your life, Libra, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that there's slow movement. Your expectations about how this relationship between both of you goes is different, dynamically different. And this can be a friend, relationship, a family member, but they are slow and methodical, and it takes them a long time to accomplish what it is they've set out to do. And not because they're slow in a bad way, but because it's an earth sign. It's just a very slow moving sign compared to you, Libra, who's an air sign, you know, who's constantly thinking and weighing things, and, you know, and this slowness towards this situation was making you sad. It was literally putting you in the Five of Cups stance. So here's this earth sign coming with, you know, their offer and everything, and by the time they get there, you are just down and out, depressed, sad, you know, because you've been waiting and you've been waiting and you've been working and you've been working at it, and it's like they're still at a standstill 3 years ago, you know. And I feel like some deep-seated fears are what are fueling this, because he's coming with an offer. This masculine energy, this Knight of Pentacles, he's coming with an offer. I just feel like because it wasn't as fast as you may have given the offer, I feel like you're selling yourself short, having a little bit of insecurity issues. And the way he approaches it literally depresses you. It literally makes you sad, makes you feel like, look at all these spilled cups, I've got nothing, you know. And really, when it comes down to it, it's just his pace. His pace is different than yours. This masculine energy. Please clarify the Five of Cups. I want to see, Libra, why it is that you get so upset because their pace is much slower than yours. I want to see what's triggering this to hurt your feelings. Because you're an air sign, you think a lot. And air signs have a tendency to overthink. But I don't feel like that's what's going on. I feel like if you look at it the way that an air sign will look at it, which is very like straightforward, logical, facts, figures, how do they all fit in, like a puzzle, you know. There are emotions tied in. I mean, air signs have emotions for sure. It's just their first inclination is to think things through and be logical about it, no matter where their emotional stance is. I know for me, being an air sign, a Gemini, I have to work it through in my head in a logical way. That's part of my comfort area. And I feel like part of your comfort area is expressing who you are, because you're being logical about it. You're expressing your feelings, but it's because you're being logical about it. It's not so I mean, there's emotions there, But, for example, it's the best way I know how to describe it. It is the difference between somebody coming to somebody. We'll use an fire sign, for example. Oh my gosh, did you hear? Blah, 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 blah was hit by a car. And everybody else's natural reaction is, and it's so fast and so abrupt, everybody else's natural reaction is, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Where an air sign will make sure that you know exactly the situation in that first sentence. For example, they will come and they will say, my friend, or blah, 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 got hit by a car today. Ran over his foot. It broke a toe. He's okay. Or there was a lot of internal damage. They don't know if they're going to make it through the night. Doctor, it doesn't look promising. Now, most people would be like, can you sugarcoat that a little bit? You know, anger, worry, fear, love, sadness. And we're like, this is what happened. You know, in Libra, you're much like that. And I think that's why this is bothering you so much from this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you just want to know, like, where they stand. You're not entirely sure because their pace is so slow that you feel like they're not interested in all. And that's what's putting you in that Five of Cups position, you know? And the thing is, this cycle is dying. And a new cycle's beginning. So let's see if the new cycle includes this person who's got this very slow pace that's hard for you to handle or not. And here's the thing. It's not. The two cards that just flew out were the Six of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Nostalgia and, you know, a past will not make this commitment go forward. It just won't. It won't. I feel like you guys are so drastically different. Like, you've got a connection that's tied in because you have a long past. This is not somebody who's new to your life, like, within the past 6 months, and they're, like, too slow in 6 months. This is somebody who you've known a long time, but the pace with what you're dealing with is very slow. And I feel like your fears have made you misinterpret that as they either don't agree with it or they're not interested, or they're just being polite, or any of those numerous things other than what's really going on, which is this person heading towards you with, you know, this offer of abundance. Like, they want to give you the world. Like, they want to give you what it is you need. But your personalities are too drastically different. The pace is just hitting your sore spot. It's just hitting your sore spot. The way that it's being handled on the other end. And this person's oblivious to it. And honestly, I don't know if they could change it even if they wanted to. You know? I mean, the ground is strong and set in stone, literally. And, you know, so is this earth sign. You know? They are who they are. They do things the way they do things. And to them, they are bringing this abundance to you. So they they might hear the words that you're saying, but deep down they don't really understand why it's an issue. Because for them, a slow pace is a happy pace, you know? That's what they're comfortable with. And it just can't work that way. Especially if it's bringing out insecurities in you, Libra. So let's see what we got going forward. How is this situation going to resolve itself, universe, for Libra for mid-April through the end of April 2020? How is this going to resolve itself? Well, here you are, happy as can be, by yourself. Happy as can be. Oh, but look, Libra. Somebody's coming in with some truths. Or it could be you, honestly, Libra. It could be you saying, I'm happy where I'm at. In fact, I feel like that's probably more it. You're relieved. You're happy where it's at. You want it to just lay where it lies, and leave it there. Because you know that this person, it's too many cards, sorry, Libra. This person really does appreciate and adore you. It's just a personality. It's just two personalities that are butting heads in this scenario. And it's a personality conflict of interest. Like, it just fundamentally is who you two are. I mean, you can't change that. And you can't make it work if it's hurting you all the time. And here's the thing, Libra. I feel like the way that this was handled on their end when you brought it to them and ended this cycle was a little untoward. Sneaking behind your back, talking behind your back, letting bitterness control them. And the funny thing is that they're happy with this decision too. This isn't one-sided happiness. They've got the Sun card right there. They've got the Sun card, But the only thing, and the only reason why I don't look at this differently is because that Sun's card is there. I have the snake in Lenormand, and I have the Book of Secrets. So this person's done some shady stuff after this ended. I don't know if it's a bruised ego or what. And implied, like he was sharing all these secrets. Oh, you don't even know what it's like. This is what they used to do to me. And, how dare they leave me kind of thing. When in reality, they were happy with it too. Well, Libra, that's your reading for mid-April through the end of April. You guys have a wonderful month. Love and light. Take care.